Parents love watching their kids receive awards at the end of the school year for being a good student. But what about those kids who didn't quite make the mark?
In tonight's Education Matters, Juanita Stevenson reporting on how a new assessment tool is helping the Fresno Unified School District celebrate the gains of all students.
For outstanding participation, Declan McLaughlin.
The end of the year award ceremonies. Proud parents looking on as their student is honored for good citizenship, good grades in reading and math. Principal Tobias Brookins believes in rewarding students, and he believes they can all achieve with the right support.
First of all, we spend a lot of time building relationships so that there's trust between us and the kids.
At Fresno Unified, the goal is for students to be proficient in reading and math. Using the state's standardized test, the district could see if students were meeting those goals. One downside, that snapshot of how students were doing came at the end of the school year.
We really needed to have an additional component, another indicator, if you will, of how we would take a look at a student's progress and make changes and act right then and there so that we knew how a student was progressing before we ever got to a summary assessment.
The district found that missing component in a new diagnostic screener called iReady, a program that can measure a student's growth throughout the school year.
Although you may be a bit behind, you can take several diagnostics in a school year and by the end of those be able to say, I grew this much. So I am on a path or a trajectory to get to that proficiency.
Kirk Elementary teachers were trained to use the new material and work with students. Brookins says iReady provides the kind of data that can pinpoint an individual student's weakness and strengths.
And her blue uniform.
iReady is able to kind of wean that out and allow for our teachers to say, okay, this is the lesson that you specifically need. So they teach the general lesson, which is the guaranteed curriculum, and then they're able to give those kids individual lessons.
This year, Fresno Unified Superintendent Bob Nelson and other staff traveled to 13 different schools, handing out awards to students who showed the most growth. Educators know that by getting kids to be proficient in reading and math opens the door to success.
I am literally evening the playing field for my child, that they will be able to go out into this world and be whoever they have been designed to be, whoever they've been purposed to be.
For Education Matters, I'm Juanita Stevenson, KC24, local news that matters.